Alright, this is probably going to be a pretty quick video. I am just doing painting some of my trader guard. Just a heavy weapon team here with a missile launcher. And I'm going to be showing you how to paint red. I know a lot of people have problems with that, just like with the yellow. So the colors I'm going to be using is red gore, blood red next, blazing orange, and skull white. That's what I use every time I paint red on pretty much anything. I like to get a good amount of different shades and highlights in there. So to start off with, you can see this is the most important part. I've undercoated them all in gray. This is a spray, very similar in color to Codex Gray. If you don't have gray spray, make sure you use Codex Gray. It's pretty much the best thing in the world when it comes to painting red. That's the big problem a lot of people have, is red doesn't cover very well on white, and red, especially red gore, doesn't cover at all on black. You'd be painting all day and you'd just have a giant glop of a model when you're done. Alright, so if you can see here, I'm just going to paint some of the shoulder pad really quick with red gore. And you can see I've done one very simple layer here, and it's pretty much already the red I need it to be. So it's really pretty easy to paint red. It's just it's a matter of what you put it under. If you want to do a lighter red, like blood red, I would probably do it over Fortress Gray instead of Codex Gray. Alright, I've got them all redded up here. Don't know if you can see that too well with the fake light here, but got some red on the ammo box. This is all one coat of red gore. Before, on my Space Marine Bike Army, on these guys here, before I figured out to paint the red over the gray, it was literally taking about 5 to 6 coats of red, and a lot of them lost a good amount of detail on those kinds of surfaces. So make sure that you paint them over gray. A lot of Witch Hunter players I know have lots of problems with the red because they're painting the whole model black. Because let's face it, they have a lot of black on them. But make sure you paint the red at least over the gray. I'm gonna go ahead now and do the blood red on the edges. Alright, you probably can't tell a real difference right now without seeing it side by side to what it was and what it is, but I basically just took like the amount of blood red I would take in order to dry brush, and I just took my brush and basically just hit them over all the red over the entire thing, just push the brush down on it. And they're a lot cleaner looking now. They have some highlighting on the edges, but just in general, it's not one flat, smooth color. That's one of the biggest problems I see with beginner painters, is they just do one color. They're painting red, they just paint one coat of one color red, and it looks really solid. There's no definition. Even just doing this, it took me about literally probably 20 seconds. It helps greatly. I am by no means a great painter. I consider myself to be okay. I think I'm a much better converter than painter, but just doing that small amount of dry brushing helps a lot. I'm going to go ahead on to the blazing orange and the white now. Okay, so far I have I added the blazing orange onto them. I also dry brushed on. I touched up with the Codex Gray, and I dry brushed on Fortress Gray, getting ready to do the white dry brush over the whole model, since I've finished my highlights on the gray and the red with white. And just to further illustrate the importance of picking the right base color when it comes to colors that are very thin, like the yellow and the red, I've decided to paint this barrel in the front yellow. And as you can see, I've left half of it Codex Gray, and the other half is the 2 coats of a vomit brown like I did for painting my Emperor's Canaries yellow, and I'm just going to do a quick coat over that, over the whole thing, and you can kind of see the difference between having the right base coat and not having the right base coat. Okay, so if you look here, this one, the side with the vomit brown, came out with a very nice yellow, and that's just one coat. I'm not even going to need to do another coat on that. This is the side with the Codex Gray. You can see a huge difference up here. It really looks like crap. It looks like you watered down some cheap paints and you just threw it over some like black shiny Chinese plastic. It looks awful. So yeah, just make sure you get the right base color. If you're doing yellows, you're gonna want to undercoat with vomit brown or with a different brown, lighter brown color. If you're doing the reds, make sure you undercoat with a gray, unless you want to paint 5 layers or 10 layers. It's going to take probably 4 to 5 layers to get the yellow up to what this yellow is, and it's going to be lumpy, and it's going to lose a lot of detail too. So make sure that you are paying attention to what colors you're going to paint on it before you base coat the model and before you apply that color. Most of the greens will cover pretty well, but they'll still make a difference in the lightness or the darkness of it based on if you use, a gray, white, or black undercoat. Okay, everything's now been dry brushed in white. Typically with my guard I go a little bit overboard on the highlighting and dry brushing on the white and the blazing orange. And because I go around and I put a black wash on the entire model, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Okay, now that's done, all I've got to do is paint the grenade. I'm going to paint the straps in this barrel, and then I paint on this chainmail, the silver. I don't have any flesh tones with me right now, so I'm not going to do the skin yet. Alright, so here's my guardsmen for right now. They're pretty much done. I just have to add a few details that'll add a little bit of color to them. Thanks for watching.